Hello present, hello future, hello you. There's a thing I said in a video a little bit back, which is that for a while, I was confused when it came to sexuality and that kind of stuff, and that a lot of other people are too. But the thing about that is that there's kind of a negative stereotype associated with it. Because lots of people, when it comes to other people being somewhere in the middle of the sexuality spectrum, will be quick to say, that they're just confused. Just confused, meaning that these people are basically just saying they're wrong. They just haven't quite figured it out yet, but eventually they'll realize that they fall on one end. Probably they're straight, because, you know, probably. And that's a very troublesome viewpoint, because there are plenty of people who don't fall completely on either side. That exists. It's a thing. Yeah. But there are a lot of people who are actually genuinely confused, and there's a reason for that. That reason is not because their identities are any less valid, it's not because their identities don't actually exist, it's because of heteronormativity. We live in a society where straight is very much the default, so realizing you're not in that default can be confusing. It's like, say when you're growing up, your parents in society are all telling you that you're a vampire. And then as you get older, you slowly realize, no, you're not a vampire, you have no fangs and are very much alive. It's gonna be confusing because you've been so taught, you've been so conditioned to think that being a vampire is just what you are. That's just what happens. Also worth noting, when it comes to the being confused thing, is that it's okay to not pick a word. It's okay to be like, hey, I don't really see the point in pinning it down completely, and just, you know, go with whatever. Basically, you don't need a label. Like, it's totally great if you want to be like, hey, I'm a werewolf, or a human, or a mermaid, any of those, you know, but it's also totally okay if you're like, hey, I'm some sort of paranormal creature, but I don't quite know what kind of paranormal creature, because there are a wide variety of paranormal creatures, and maybe I'm, you know, my own kind of paranormal creature. You know, I don't quite fall in the paranormal categories. That's fine. Any of these options are fine, and being confused is fine. And I think we should recognize that, and understand that it doesn't mean that the people who are confused are actually just wrong. There's a difference between being confused and being wrong. So yeah, that's that, and also I designed a shirt. It's a pun about bismuth, and it's wonderful. And it's also available on my t-shirt shop, if it is relevant to your interests. Okay, see you around. Around being tomorrow, specifically. Should I have a sign-off now?